Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another wonderful episode of Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antwon. I did not expect to do something like this. I was going to do another episode of the unboxing series. Instead, I'm doing this. It came across my Facebook feed, and I am not 100% certain that this is not a Poe, that this is not fake. So, I am not going to respond to it in my normal nature, because if I found out that this was true, well, I'd have to shoot myself. Now, I don't know if you can tell by the mood of the music playing. I'm gonna do this in a more artistic expression kind of way. I'm going to do a dramatic reading. Now, I talked about something like this earlier, and I'll not only link it below, but I should have it somewhere on screen right now, about virtual reality assault. Well, this one, my friends, takes it to a whole new level. Now, the writer's name is Neha, N-E-H-A. And she is being featured in feminisminIndia.com. I'll put the link in the description, of course, for you if you want to really read this. I can't say she doesn't understand. I can't say that they don't understand, or anything like I would use for Dylan or anyone else. Oh no, she understands. That's why I don't know if this one's fake or not. So, I'm not going to build it up anymore. You've already sat through 3 minutes of me building this. So, for you out there listening, I'm going to give you my reading of I Said Yes, But I Was Raped. Cyber Rape and Consent. I was cyber raped. I didn't say no. I did say yes. But I was raped. I was screaming no inside me. But I still said yes. The no wouldn't come out of me. The details are still hazy, because I've tried to erase my memory of what happened. I've tried to move on and forget that it had happened. But every now and then, I see someone supporting yes means yes, or saying consent is sexy. And my doubts and fears come back. The questions come back again at me. The questions I've already asked myself a zillion times. The questions I rushed to ask online when it was over, and he'd left, and I'd left, confused and lost. After all, wasn't it me that went there for a hookup? Wasn't it me that asked for sex? Wasn't it me that followed him into the room when he led the way? I mean, I could have left at any time. This wasn't even in person. This was a virtual world. I could have just closed Second Life, quit the app, shut my computer, and walked away. He couldn't even have retaliated. He hadn't met me before. He wouldn't ever meet me again. I mean, This isn't the first time I've hooked up. Not the first time I've even had cybersex. Even with strangers. I've done roleplay, BDSM roleplay, rape roleplay, and I'd enjoyed it too. I'd chosen what to do, when to do it, how to do it. I'd laid down strict lines of consent with each of them, and I was in control. I mean, this isn't even the first time I'd been assaulted or tricked online. I've been catcalled, I've been harassed by griefers, I've been manipulated into threesomes. I've even had times when having cybersex that I wanted to say, no, I'm done, I'm tired. But I didn't, because I'd wanted it when we started it. And I loved it. I trusted that guy, and didn't want to disappoint him. I didn't want to disappoint him. Yes, that sounds familiar. That night, when I went looking for a hookup and said yes to him, he made me feel uncomfortable. I felt like I was no longer in control, that the lines were no longer mine to be drawn, that I was his plaything. And I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to tell him, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this. But I didn't. I didn't want to disappoint him. And I was blaming myself. After all, maybe I hadn't been clear about my lines of consent before I came to the hookup joint. Or when he'd approached me, maybe I should have spoken first, before he could take control. He commanded me to strip. I asked if I could keep my dress on. He told me to at least take my panties off. And then he pinned me down on the table. And we had sex. We didn't say anything to each other till he was almost done. I kept making sounds of pleasure because I didn't want to disappoint him. I just wanted it to end, so I could go on with my life. I kept screaming no in my mind, but quietly waited for him to be done. He was done. We got up. He asked me if I liked it. I said I did. And then we went our separate ways. It didn't end there for me. I got up, got offline, and I was searching for articles. Searching for more people like me. Searching for if it's still rape if I didn't say no. If it's still rape if I said yes. Searching for another voice that could explain why I felt betrayed and lost and confused. Why I felt like a part of me was broken and beyond repair. And hardest of all, this wasn't in person. He didn't even touch my body. And cyber rape is almost never talked about, except as a joke. Or it's compared with in-person rape to play it down, which, comparing trauma was never the point. Needless to say, it took me a long time to call what I went through rape, or even cyber rape. And my friends had to even tell me what I'd gone through was awful, and not okay. I never met him again. He has no idea what was going through my mind at the time, or that I wanted to resist, that I never even wanted to start. Because I said yes, didn't I? So wasn't he entitled to my body to do as he pleases? In fact, I never want to go back to that place. Anything associated with what happened that night, anything I remember at all, after all the memories I've struggled to push out of my mind, I throw away or hide. But the problem isn't that man, or the hookup place. The problem is how we, as women, are told that our bodies are for the pleasure of men. The problem is how consent is too often oversimplified. How too often it's reduced to checkboxes of yes and no. I'm not here to give a solution to that problem, but I've been waiting for a long time, scared of telling anyone what I went through, for fear of being judged, for fear of my trauma being invalidated, for fear of me again being denied my voice. Like that night when I felt compelled to say yes, because I couldn't say no. I'm here to reclaim my voice as a survivor of cyber rape. Do you see why I don't understand if this is a joke or not? If it's a joke, my God, bravo, round of applause. It's taken so seriously, describing everything. And this is why I think it's a joke. I want to put this forth. This is the description of Neha. Neha identifies as a trans woman. She is a member of the plural system, and her primary world is the virtual world of Second Life. She breathes and acts in the virtual world of Second Life, and she hardly fronts in the real world. This is a man playing a female avatar who talks about fronting, which, if you don't know what fronting is it's Tumblr's idea of headmates and the fact that certain people come out first that they can control because they actually don't understand mental illness because they have it themselves. This whole thing is taken very seriously, and I'm at a loss. I could tear this apart, honestly, I really could. I'm just going to say this. In the descriptions of what happened to quote-unquote her, you have to realize this all happened in a world that does not exist. The character that Neha, is playing does not exist. AI is not there. This is not a real person. So, if any of you find out that this was fake, please, for the love of God, let me know. Because if this is a real thing, someone needs to go check on Neha, because I'm afraid she's going to hurt herself with a plastic spoon. This has been a quick one for me, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Antwon. This has been Help for the Guildless, and next time we are going to definitely talk about the unboxings that I have coming up. If you liked what I had to say, or you liked this dramatic reading and you want me to do more, send me an article you want me to do a dramatic reading of. I'll do it. Let me know in the comments. Hit like, share and subscribe. If you didn't like this, or you think I'm an idiot, or whatever, let me know in the comments, please. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow Cole on Twitch, Twitter and Tumblr. All of the relevant links are going to be down below. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you all have a pleasant and warm evening. Good night.